Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and today we're going to focus on another one of the segments that they revealed for future content coming to Dead by Daylight on their 6th anniversary celebration livestream, and this has to do with the quality of life improvements that are coming. So let's just go ahead and read through this. There's a lot of stuff in here, some of which I can demonstrate to you today because it's in the PTB. Another year of Dead by Daylight has come and gone, and we can't wait to show you everything coming to the game in year 7. As you might have seen during our anniversary broadcast, we intend on bringing several new quality of life features in the game. So the anniversary, they are celebrating the 6th anniversary, so that begins the 7th year. So you don't have to wait a year for this stuff. They mean during the 7th year of the game up until the 7th anniversary. We know our players value quality of life changes, and we'd like to emphasize that it remains an important focal point for the team. There is strong internal drive to prioritize quality of life changes, says Aurélie Jarreau. I apologize if I butchered your name. Dead by Daylight producer. Dead by Daylight has been out for a long time, and we've been listening to feedback and considering areas of frustration to build a smoother player experience. As they say, the devil is in the details, and that holds true in DVD, and making these improvements remains an ongoing effort. Please be mindful that release windows and details are always subject to change. With that said, here's a summary of the quality of life updates scheduled for release throughout Dead by Daylight's Year 7. I think they put these in order of appearance, so the stuff at the beginning is going to be the things that are closer to release. First, we have the preset loadouts. We're pleased to confirm that preset loadouts are coming to Dead by Daylight, and when the Roots of Dread chapter releases on June 7th, players will have the option to save up to 3 preset loadouts, including perks, items, add-ons, and offerings, and there will also be an additional 3 loadouts for saving outfits and charms. The desire to bring preset loadouts in the game is largely linked to our upcoming progression rework, explains Justin Banks, Senior Product Manager on Dead by Daylight. Players will have a lot more perks available on their characters, and it seemed like the ideal time to tackle this feature. We also know that players have been asking for perk loadouts for quite some time. We hope that players enjoy trying out a variety of different builds, experimenting with new perks, and showcasing that style, and you can try these out now in the PTB. So this is going to come out on, slated for June 7th, the release of the Roots of Dread DLC. Also along with that, we have the main menu visual update. It won't take players long to notice that the Dead by Daylight main menu has undergone a visual update. Moving forward, all icons will be positioned vertically alongside the leftmost side of the screen. This will allow space for highlighting events, sharing key information, a timer for the rift, additional room for translations, and more, all without compromising the iconic campfire aesthetic. This update is available to check out right now in the PTB. So this is also supposed to come out with the next chapter. I like that they have this countdown here for when, you know, the archives will open or the next level will open, like that it's there visually. Because a lot of people don't really read, you know, the news down here. Even when it pops up, they just dismiss it and they get into the game. And they don't know that there's a timeline of when next levels are going to be released and stuff. So I like that they have this timer on here. Okay, so I'm going to jump in game right now and I'll show you how the loadout work and for builds and cosmetics, and you can see this main menu here too. Okay, so here's the new main menu screen that we're going to have starting with the Roots of Dread chapter. I turned my camera off because I realized I was blocking like the upper left hand corner here. These are all the familiar tabs that we would normally see down here at the bottom, but there's more room for them to stack them top to bottom on the left hand side instead of going side to side down here. So we have Play as Killer, Play as Survivor, Getting Started, Archives, Custom Game and Store, and then these are all the other tabs that you would see smaller with News, Quit, Your Friends, Your Daily Rituals, etc. So let me show you how the saved builds work. So we're going to click on Survivor here, and let's go over to Claudette. Okay. So we have our loadouts here, and we have 1, 2, and 3. You can save up to 3 loadouts here. So this is my typical loadout, and then this one would be if I'm going to do like a Sabo build to try and get people free once the killer picks them up, with the Petrified Oak to increase the distance between hooks, break out so that they can wiggle out faster, and then I can sabo hooks. And then this one is like a troll build that my chat can meme me with no mither, with all these healing perks and a med kit that does me no good, and sending me to the RPD. The only thing that I don't like about this system that I think needs tweaking is that once you put something, once you select something, it automatically gets filled into one of these 3 slots, and it will continuously use these items from your inventory over and over again, whether you like it or not, or you have to remember to turn it off. So anytime you change your build at all, it changes your slot here. So for example, if I just keep readying up as Steve, it will keep on putting this Shattered Glasses map offering in until I don't have any more. You can see that here, that it used up all of my Sabo Toolbox add-ons to the point where I don't have any more of these, and it says 0. So I don't necessarily like that aspect. I love the build part. I'm not sure that the offerings need to be there. Let's say, for example, that I'm going to play Killer, and I am going to use some, I want to use some cakes to increase my blood points. So I have 10 of these, but I don't necessarily want to use them all because I want to keep at least one as a souvenir. So if I don't remember to turn this off and I keep playing over and over again, it will exhaust all of the cakes from my inventory because it's considered set into my build. So I don't like that the offering part is always there. Like, it's going to use 4 Strode Realty keys in a row until they're gone. I wish that this part here was maybe not locked in, or, you know, that we had some kind of a blank that we could just make a build from scratch that isn't one of these 3, and it wouldn't have to take up a slot. You know, we could make a build that isn't going to be saved forever, just a one-time thing. But as it stands right now, when you make any build from scratch, it gets designated into one of these 3 slots, and it's saved like that forever until you change it. So I don't necessarily like that part of it, but I do like the idea of being able to save different builds on the fly. I just don't necessarily want to be forced to use one of the 3 or to change one of my 3 favorite builds if I want to try something different. You know what I mean? I don't like that part of it. Let's go back to Survivor, and I'll show you how the saved outfits work. I think I have 3 outfits saved up for Claudette here. So same thing, when you click on the customize, this takes you to the outfits, and you have 3 different outfit selections here, and it will save your outfit pieces and your charm. So we can go with that, or if I want to flex my Twitch shirt, we can click that one with the Fog Whisperer charm. Or, you know, if we're feeling a little cold that day, we could just bundle up with a cup of hot cocoa and some warmer clothing. They have 3 outfits slots here. And again, if you want to just mix and match like something goofy, you're going to be overwriting a slot. So I kind of wish we had the option to just like not save it, just do like something on the fly and the 3 save slots. Next, we have the Matchmaking Incentive. We'll be launching a matchmaking incentive to help during periods with longer queue times. Players will receive a blood point bonus for queuing up for whichever role needs it more at the time. Let's say there's a brand new killer released and everyone wants to play them, and queue times are taking a little longer as a result. By loading up for a Survivor game, you'll receive a bonus to all blood points earned throughout that match, a well-deserved reward for helping our matchmaking system run smoothly. While we don't have specific numbers to share at this time, note that the bonus value will be contingent on several factors and further detailed closer to release. Time frame for this is summer 2022. I hope that means the next mid-chapter patch after the new DLC is released. And I also hope that the bonus is significant enough to entice people to change roles. So I feel like people are creatures of habit, so it's got to be a significant amount, I would say. Next, we have the archive changes. We're coming up to the 3rd anniversary of the archives, and it's safe to say that they have become an essential part of the Dead by Daylight experience. This year, we're doing a few things to make the archives a bit more obvious and integrated for players. says Justin. We believe that playing with archive challenges can really enhance your experience, and we want to show players that it's there for them to engage with and really ease them into it. The archive features a variety of challenges for both killers and survivors, and to complete them all, one must spend time playing both roles. We'll soon be adding the ability to select one active killer challenge and one active survivor challenge, allowing you to easily switch roles without revisiting the archive screen. Players will be able to see an unlockable Rift outfit in its entirety to get a better idea of what it will look like. Okay, so that means when you go through the different tiers on the Rift, instead of just seeing the one part that you're going to get when you reach that level in the Rift, you can see what the finalized outfit will look like to, encourage you to go for the whole thing, which I think that's a great. The UI system changes we've made behind the scenes will pave the road for many exciting design possibilities, and we look forward to making this the biggest year for the archives yet. While we don't have a specific date to share for these changes, we're aiming for a fall release. Okay, so this is going to give you the ability to select a survivor challenge and a killer challenge at the same time, which I love, because you wouldn't believe how many times that I was playing killer at night and then I forget to select a new challenge, and I'm playing survivor and it tells me to kill 10 survivors by any means while I'm playing survivor because I forgot to switch my challenge. The ability to have two challenges selected at once for both roles keeps me from making that mistake. Now I just have to remember to pick a new one once I've completed a challenge, right? But I like this. Next is streamer mode. We're happy to confirm that a streamer mode will be added before the end of the year. When using streamer mode, and this goes for non-streamers as well, your name and that of your group will be obscured from the screen and any other player in your match. The entire goal of streamer mode is to protect the identity of our streamers, says Justin. Any game that becomes popular will have people finding player IDs, engaging in DDoS attacks, hacking accounts, and we're always actively working on preventing hacks from happening. But because streamers are putting themselves out there, that potentially opens them up to difficult situations. And the ultimate goal for streamer mode is anonymity. And we've been working with our fog whisperers to ensure that we're meeting their needs. This is a first step. We know that we are always looking to improve security, and we will continue to work behind the scenes to ensure a safe experience for all our players. This is also slated for the fall. So I like this because, if you're a streamer, someone might want to make a diary entry. Dear diary, today I tunneled Otstarva and moried him, So if they see Ott's name in game, then they might want to tunnel him. Or vice versa, if Otts is playing against another smaller streamer and something goes sideways in the game that people want to get cheeky and go visit that smaller streamer and harass them, even though, God forbid, Otstarva would never want anyone acting that way in his name to go and harass another smaller streamer. This prevents that. If people have anonymous mode on, then it protects everyone in those scenarios, and I'm all for this. But how are they going to know that it's me and that I need streamer privilege if they can't read my name? The Wiggle Escape System. Our players really enjoyed the new skill check based wiggle system, which moved away from the furious button mashing of the past, and after considering the feedback we received during our beta test, we feel comfortable making this change a permanent feature, also slated for the fall. I'm not sure how this one's going to go over. Let me know what you think in the comments. I opted into the beta and I never looked back. I liked having the skill checks, but I'm not sure everyone feels the same way. So let me know what your experience has been and if you look forward to having the skill checks be a permanent thing or not. Game flow improvements. We've all been there. You're waiting to find a game and you've cycled through your characters and brushed on some forgotten perk descriptions, and all you want to do is catch up on the latest lore from the archives, or maybe even do a little window shopping in the store. Alas, those menus sit just out of reach, at least for now. Before the end of the year, we're aiming to give players the option to navigate through different menu screens while waiting for a game to start, and our goal with this change is to free up the player, says Justin. Once you enter matchmaking, you can freely go to the store, the archives, and shop while you're waiting, When you find a match, you'll get a large warning counting you down, and then you'll be brought to lobby. I love that change. Instead of just staring at the screen, or, you know, for me, I can just surf the web or something. But being able to go dive deeper into the game and look at stuff in-game is a welcome change. Time frame for that is winter 2022. Next, we have bots in custom matches. Before the end of the year, survivor bots will be available to play with or against in custom matches. Familiarizing yourself with a new killer or a new map can be intimidating, and using bots will allow you to practice in a low-stakes environment. We know that learning a new killer can take some practice, says Justin, and if you're a high-ranked or even moderately ranked player, you may be in for a rough time during those early games. This will provide a safer environment for our players to jump into and smack some bots around while trying a new killer power. It's also worth noting that every time we release a new map, players like to explore every nook and cranny, says Justin. Yeah, golden toolbox. I want to be able to look for the golden toolbox without stress. And this is a pretty safe place to do it. Love it. Not to mention that if a member of your friend group happens to be busy when that customs craving calls, you'll now have a substitute for any missing player. To be honest, this one may take a little bit longer, but we're aiming to have this implemented by winter, late 2022. And that about does it. We hope that you've enjoyed catching up on some of the quality of life updates scheduled throughout year 7. And thank you so much for your continued interest in our game. We truly appreciate the passion of our community, and we look forward to seeing these changes improve your gameplay experience. In fact, you can check out the perk preset loadouts and the main menu updates right now, which I already showed you, and try out Roots of Dread on the PTB on Steam, which I guess that's probably going to close tomorrow morning, so that's about the end of that. See in the Fog, the Dead by Daylight team. So what do you think about all these changes? Is there anything here that you don't like? Anything that you really appreciate? What is your favorite thing listed here? Let me know in the comments. I like reading the community feedback as always. And as always, I appreciate the time that you spend here on my channel with me. So thank you for that. And don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.